It's not a good spot for the Mariners, who really struggled hitting in this building all season long. After being completely shut down in the first 2 games of this series, the Mariners bats managed 7 runs yesterday against the Orioles. They're feeling pretty good. They tried to change their luck with the pregame meeting, and they had a lot of fun out of that. But really, they were not dominating in that game at all. They were losing most of that game. So I don't think the Mariners bats are back. They are feeling good about themselves, and they're taking on a struggling Kevin Gausman. Blue Jays big righty's having a rough year coming back from major surgery. He's got a 4.75 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. But he's been in the majors for 10 years. He's a dominant major league pitcher. He didn't forget to get people out. He's just going through some problems. He'll figure it out. I'll take the long distance run around here for the yes fans out there, and take a look at what he's done in his career as opposed to what he's done lately. I think this is a bargain price for Gausman. Luis Castillo still has a solid 23.8 to 6.9 strikeout to walk ratio. If you take a look at his advanced stats, there's a lot to be desired. A lot of blue on his StatCast page. I think this is a bargain price here with the Jays. Nobody wants the Jays here. Seattle, after that win yesterday, this is one of those where I'm fading the team that is overpriced with the team that has some value, and that's Toronto.
So conceptually, I have no problem with fading Seattle. Seattle's not a team that I'm particularly enamored with, and the betting markets have priced them a little bit high, considering the starting pitching's been really good, but obviously it's a lineup that has struggled to hit all season. But so is Toronto. Toronto, what are they now? They've lost 4 of their last 5. Certainly not in any current form that anyone's excited about. And Gausman in particular has been a guy who I've been trying to fade. His June numbers were awful. I bet against him last time out. He got absolutely bombed. Why is Gausman bet on here? This isn't one start for him. This is like his last 4 starts have all been rough. Why are you convinced that stuff that he did 5 years ago matters for this start now when you're talking about an experienced major leaguer?
I definitely understand your opinion. I've gone against Gausman in the past. He is not the same pitcher he was earlier. He came into the season, they thought he was going to have surgery, and he decided to pass up the surgery and play his way out of it. Yes, it is a concern. He's not the way he was in the past, but I think he has a lot of talent. And this Seattle team, if you've seen my videos anywhere this year, I talked about the batter's eye in Seattle. It's off target. It's not exactly in the middle like it is in all the other ballparks. So Seattle struggles to see the ball at home. I don't want to lay a number with this offense that can't see the ball at home. It's happened all season long. Much would rather play Seattle when they're on the road. Toronto's a team right now. They have to decide if they're in or they're out. This is the sit on the pot and whatever that saying is. Figure out what you want to do. If Toronto comes into Seattle and gets beat, they're going to be sellers, and nobody on that team wants to have to move. They still have a lot of talent on this Toronto team. They're expected to be about a 500 ball club, maybe even a little bit better this year. Seattle, the same way. To me, I'm getting value here on Gausman because nobody wants part of Gausman right now. This is not going to be a pretty pick for those out there that watch these teams play. But, Teddy, we've done this for so many years. That's the time you want to bet on a team, when there's a pitcher there that has the capabilities, and he's done lousy as of late, going against a team that's getting a little bit too much press, and that's Seattle. And now, for the first time all year, they're starting to feel the pressure. Houston Astros right behind them. I don't want to bet the Seattle team here.
Talk about what you have going right now at wagertalk.com.
I think we've got 7 or 8 plays up for today's card, including the 5% play. Excuse me. 5% is only our second of the season. We won our last one. Don't put out many 5%, but I do have one today. And as was mentioned, number 1 the last 3 days, number 1 the last 7, number 1 the last 30, number 1 since May 1st in Major League Baseball. A lot of good baseball handicappers on our site. So big fight between all of us to get the number 1 in profit for the season. But I've got all that going today, including that big 5% play. Normally I'd say buy the 5%. Why buy the 5% when you can get a full week for $49? That's the way to take a look at this. When they got that special right now, I believe it's $20 or $30 off what a full week would be. So get that 7 for 7 special going right now and get this bargain price and get that for the next 7 days, because we've been red hot. And when I'm hotter, I put out more plays. So when I'm seeing them right, I put out more plays, put out bigger plays. That's what we got going today, and that's what we've had the entire last 5 or 6 days or so.